Be crowned the back-to-school champion parent with a Sagicor Bank unsecured loan.
The time by Sagicor Bank is
the internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, 14 imitation guns seized in St. Mary, businessman and female accomplice in custody. A case of suspected drowning involving a tourist in St. Anne. JLP demands action from PNP in relation to Mayor Scott's criminal charges. In Farming Forward, get a taste of ITIL farming. While in sports, drumroll, Jamaican men mine gold and silver in men's 100 meters, while the women land silver in Tokyo World Championships. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7 for Sunday, September 14, 2025. I am Curlin Brown. Thanks so much for joining us. The Jamaica Constabulary Force, in its continued pursuit of organized crime groups, on Saturday arrested a businessman and a female suspected to be an accomplice following the seizure of 13 imitation rifles and an imitation pistol in White River, St. Mary. The suspects are facing charges of breaching the Firearms Prohibition, Restriction and Regulation Act and the Proceeds of Crime Act. POCA. C-TOC personnel and members of the Specialized Operations Branch were on operation between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. when a premises was searched and the imitation firearms seized. The police say the identities of the individuals in custody are being withheld pending further investigations. Now, the arrests are linked to an ongoing multi-million-dollar fraud investigation led by detectives from the Counter-Terrorism and Organised Crime Investigations Branch, C-TOC. Acting Senior Superintendent Victor Barrett of C-TOC, while noting the significance of the arrests, also stresses the role of community partnership in the fight against crime. He's encouraging citizens all over to remain vigilant and to continue supporting the police in disrupting criminal activities. To report criminal activities now, you can call C-TOC at 876-967-1389, the National Intelligence Bureau at 811, Crime Stop at 311, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. To this, a probe is underway into the death of a Florida man in St. Anne on Saturday. Local authorities say the 58-year-old from Port Charlotte, who was a guest at Sandals Ochi, is suspected to have drowned while snorkeling. A statement from the resort notes, Quote, "We are deeply saddened by the passing of a guest who experienced a medical emergency while participating in an outside snorkeling excursion," end quote. Sandals adds the guest was given immediate medical attention and swiftly transported to a nearby hospital where he unfortunately passed away. The resort again expresses condolences to the man's family and friends while committing to offering support. To this update now, Culture Minister and St. Catherine Central Member of Parliament Olivia Grange is demanding the opposition People's National Party, the PNP, declares what action it will take in relation to former Spanish Town Mayor Norman Scott. Scott has been slapped with criminal charges following an election day altercation between a female JLP worker in St. Elizabeth. Here's more from Nika Lewis.
Condemnation for the Spanish Town mayor continues. This time, the Jamaica Labour Party's latest punch came from MP-elect in St. Catherine Central, Olivia Babsy Grange, demanding the PNP states its position on the matter now that Scott's been criminally charged. Grange, who's also the country's gender affairs minister, insists there's no excuse for abuse, while lauding the efforts to secure justice for the female said to be a JLP worker. She also shared that since the charges against the mayor, threats have been made against the woman's life.
Violence in any shape or form is to be condemned. There's no excuse for abuse. It is good that moves have been made to hold the perpetrator accountable. The representative of Jamaica Labour Party, who was reportedly attacked, has the full support of our party, the full support of the women of the party. I have spoken to her, and she is concerned for her safety. Her family is concerned. And this follows word of a threat on her life. We are monitoring the issue closely and are confident that the law will be allowed to take its course.
According to police reports Friday, Scott, a vice president of the PNP, has been formally charged with assault occasioning bodily harm and malicious destruction of property. The incident reportedly occurred in St. Elizabeth, Southeastern, where Scott serves as the PNP's caretaker candidate. Minister Grange notes the impact of the charges and the message to society that those in authority are not above the law and must be held accountable, especially where there's abuse.
It is an important development in Jamaica when the signal is again sent that individuals in authority will not escape sanctions for acts of violence against our nation's women. There is no excuse for abuse.
Ms. Grange insists the PNP's leadership should immediately indicate publicly what action it intends to take against Scott, who is now facing 2 criminal charges in relation to an attack on a Jamaican woman who was serving her party and country. Nika Lewis, CVM News.
Now, CVM News made several calls to the PNP's communication arm this evening to secure a comment in relation to the development, but all calls went unanswered up to news time. Fears are rising over developments along the Slipe Pen roadway in Kingston, where residents have identified several open trenches which are allegedly causing difficulties for pedestrians and vulnerable road users. Now, the complainants say the issue is especially troubling given the location of the gaping obstructions directly in front of 2 schools. Here's Kevin Black with more.
When it smell come up, it smell bad, and it affect the children.
Alarms are being raised by residents and commuters who travel along the Slipe Pen Road in Kingston due to several open trenches. Residents are urging the relevant authorities to act immediately as they share concerns about the possible dangers that may arise for pedestrians in the area. According to a worker at the Central Branch Infant School, Lorna Tennant, the situation is a disaster waiting to happen.
It's real bad at the front there, so for the school, and there's 2 schools. The all age over there, and this is the infant, and it is not good for us. Because it's a disaster waiting to happen, and anytime that happens, it's very bad. Yeah, because anyone can fall in it.
Another resident cited that people who are unfamiliar with the area will potentially fall into the ditch, resulting in several injuries or death.
It's been there for years. I haven't even noticed that it was getting so bad. It's a lot of them and it's not covered. It's just there, unmonitored. Anyone can drop in. We don't even know if anyone has dropped into the ditch, to be honest with you, because it's just open. It's just right there. Anyone can fall. So please, we're calling upon the authorities to come and fix the ditch because it's very unsafe for our youths and for our elders.
The elderly in particular was identified as a group which is highly susceptible to accidents resulting from the trenches. One resident shared instances where many have tripped and fallen due to the terrain.
You have all old people walk on side, you know. You have people walk with them children. More time some people walk on gears and anything can happen. Baby can fall night, even elder can fall night, block foot, and it's well dangerous. I don't know what people feel nice with buck all them two over it. Yeah man. So the best thing for happen is fit fix to avoid a lot of danger.
Locals are adamant that the situation needs to be attended to with haste to prevent undue harm to vulnerable road users. Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
The fashion industry has long been recognized for its creativity, but experts are stressing the sector holds massive untapped potential to fuel Jamaica's economy. As Raymond Morrison reports, when industry stakeholders gathered recently, they discussed strategies to unlock global opportunities for Caribbean designers.
Fashion industry is often celebrated for its creativity and cultural influence. But at Wednesday's Fashion Industry Forum, stakeholders highlighted the need to view the sector through a business lens. The event, hosted by the Designers Guild at the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, brought together designers, educators, financiers and business leaders to discuss how to position the Caribbean fashion market globally. Among the panelists were Andrea Dempster-Chung from Kingston Creative, Robert Hall of the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, JBDC, founder of the Designers Guild, Kenya Linton George, lifestyle editor Novia McDonald White, and the costume designer Annalisa Guthrie, who spoke about the lack of educational options for aspiring designers during her upbringing.
So, I don't think that fashion is failing emerging designers. I do think that there is a broader scope for opportunities for designers. So for example, when I was going to school, there were no opportunities, pretty much there was no such thing as going viral. So I think that there are lots of opportunities that have opened up for people to make money without doing the traditional route of fashion design.
Education was a major speaking point, with Donald Miranda, lecturer and head of fashion at the University of Technology Jamaica UTech, outlining how academic programs are evolving to support the growing demand for skilled professionals.
UTech at this current stage is positioning itself to be as the hub of fashion in the region, and they're doing so by creating spaces dedicated to production, manufacturing, and design. Now, it's still on the table, right? But that's where we're headed.
And as it relates to the business of fashion, Mark Frankson from the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, JMEA, stressed that the industry has been overlooked for far too long, despite its potential to generate significant revenue and jobs.
I think for far too long, the fashion industry has been a casual afterthought. Not by those of us who are in the industry and who are serious about fashion, but now is the time to think about business, to think about formalizing it, to think about strategic planning. How are we going to grow and export? How are we going to build an ecosystem that is sustainable for all people involved?
But building a thriving industry requires more than creativity. Michelle Chung, chairman of the Honey Bun Foundation, noted that many creatives struggle because they lack business knowledge and entrepreneurial skills.
We don't have nearly enough business-focused creatives. Talent. And I'm not saying that you have to become a business accountant or anything like that. You're going to need somebody in your company who does Those are critical for every business model. I'm looking at agriculture, farming, everything. If you don't have those two things, you're not in business, period.
And wrapping the fashion and economy discussions, Troy Orain Williamson, principal of Tribe 9 Studios, encouraged designers to look beyond the local market and pursue international opportunities.
Our approach has always been this kind of small-mindedness, as Michelle said as well, and we really need to think big. We really need to think about all the designers here that are, or anyone that's working in the creative field that really need to get the stuff out there. Right now, I have to go to LA tomorrow to do a pop-up in LA because that access just isn't here. We need to go out and we really need those kind of support. That's everything I'm doing by myself.
The forum also featured conversations around manufacturing, access to funding, partnerships with the government, and building a workforce ready to meet global standards. By the end of the day, stakeholders agreed that the Caribbean fashion industry has raw talent to compete internationally. But business acumen, infrastructure, and investment will be key to unlocking its true potential. Raymond Morrison, CVM News.
And we'll continue with lots more right after this.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Welcome to High School Pitchside. Hear from your alma mater's players and coaches in Team Talk.
You know we can't leave you out, so send us your messages on social media and watch us react on FanView.
Trust me, you won't fall asleep in this history class.
We've got you covered
all season long
on High School Pitchside.
High School Pitchside, your ultimate guide to all things schoolboy football, Fridays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV. Where it all begins. The quest to become great. Inspired by those who went before them, these four boys dream of playing in the ISA schoolboy football competitions.
Will you score this for Casey? Will you score? It's a shot, it's a goal!
And it's a shot, and it's a goal! And Casey has won the Manning Cup, and they will play Clarendon College in the Olivia Shield.
As we welcome you back, let's go farming forward with Giselle Mills. I wonder where this week's journey will take us.
Welcome to another episode of Farming Forward. This week we are featuring Glenn, who has been a farmer for 7 years. Glenn is also a proud father. I can assure you, the inflatable swimming pool he is carrying isn't for our team. That is a fun activity aimed to keep his daughter occupied while he gets his hands busy.
Yeah, blessings my people. Glenn Craftsman, yes sir. I tell farmer from Red Hill, St. Andrew. I don't know we eat where we plant and we plant where we eat. Yes, I.
Glenn gets up every morning at 3 a.m. to fulfill his duty as a farmer. But where did this discipline come from?
All right, so Glenn, you said that you're in the Army.
Yes, I was.
All right, so how did that transition from Army to now farmer?
Well, I would consider it destiny. Because I was there and at first I thought I loved it. But after 3, 4, 5 years, we get to find out it's not for me. So what I do now, I'm an always a prayer. So I pray, I ask guidance, and the most I show me say, you farming a your thing. And that's how I listen to the father's call, and I eventually into farming, and I love it.
Oh, nice.
The 3 o'clock morning work time is amazing. The stillness of the environment is what Glenn enjoys most. He happily describes how it connects him to nature.
The 3 o'clock is peaceful.
Yes.
Nobody's out. Place quiet.
Yes, I
love that.
Perfect timing. Yeah, the plants them alone, there's a vibes.
Have you ever heard of purple callaloo? Well, if not, hold on to your chairs because this will shock you.
What do they call this now?
Purple callaloo, this, yes, man.
Oh. And the people that don't know,
Yeah, man.
purple callaloo is purple callaloo.
Yeah. Yes, the one you see now, so soon when you see them turn brown, we dry them and we sow them back and we have a plant off a whole acre. Because we need to start feeding the people with some ital food.
That's true.
Yes, I am.
So, what's the difference between the purple callaloo and the regular green callaloo we all use?
Well, to start with the color. Yes, and it's way more potent.
How is the market for these purple callaloos now?
All right, great question. The people them just gravitate to it, you know. Because remember all along, and this the people them know, the green ones. So nowadays when you go road, you find out say some people out of curiosity they will buy it. But those who know it, like the elderly folks, they love it and they always buy it. But now I see like more people, I said earlier, more people gravitate towards it, you know. Because they get to find out say it's healthy and they do them research and find out say it's not GMO or Foundation Ilaloo.
Glenn showed us that the purple callaloo is safe by putting it to the ultimate test.
You can't taste when I leave them to you know.
Taste it?
Of course. You know if you cook for you, eat it. If you must be cameraman, nice.
That's so it was here.
Scallions are one of many spices used in most Jamaican dishes. It is used to give the meal a pop of flavor. Glenn has got you covered with the provision of fresh batch of scallions.
Alright, so them here not ready yet.
Yeah, but they soon though, because like how we get the rain constantly, you know, them are soon ready.
Oh, so how do we know when they're ready? Because you know when they're ready.
Alright, I'm going to show you now. I'm going to show you upon the one right now. See? Alright, so this now. You see the leaf them fat. And you see you can see like maybe 6 or 7 in a one root. You see much in a so what you do now as a farmer now, because I'm turning a farmer today.
Long time.
Alright, so what you do now, you come and you use your finger, you separate where you need. And you use this finger to hold on what you don't need, and you pull up what you need. You pull out what you don't need and you mold it back.
Okay.
Shake off your dirt now. And I use that side this now. So you see the formula. So I say you make sure you find a root where been a lot. So when you take out what you need, some leave back in the earth, same way.
Oh, and you can literally smell
and
the
you can,
It smells just like when you put it in a pot.
Yes, that is why now I always encourage the farmers, them say go organic. When you are going with this now, you have it on your counter for a week and 2 weeks, and trust me, them stand up same way, and I'm not exaggerating.
While journeying through the farm, we realized Glenn specializes in a wide variety of vegetables and different crops, including sweet potatoes, ribenas, bell peppers, plantains, and yams. I learned some new things, so let me let you in on some knowledge. 1. They use both hands to feel through the soil for the sweet potatoes, enduring the burn of ants bite. 2. Sweet peppers and bell peppers are different. Some Jamaicans refer to the bell peppers as sweet peppers, but this is not accurate according to Glenn. The sweet peppers are smaller in size with a distinctively sweet taste, while the bell peppers are shaped like a bell but with a different taste that's not even close to the sweetness of the original sweet peppers. 3. Ribena is an immune system booster, rich in vitamin C and antioxidants. The taste, however, can be a bit powerful for most. I found out how authentic Ribena tastes, and trust me, you do not want to miss out on my reaction.
I taste that now, Joe, and tell me how that tastes. No, little tongue taste. Well, that's what you want. The antioxidant, the antioxidant also. I eat that.
Can you eat the seed too?
No, don't eat the seed. That go back in the earth.
Join me next week for another episode of Farming Forward. See you then.
And we'll continue now with our regional and international news.
We begin with news in the region. Grief and shock is gripping the St. Lucian community of Laterne View Fort after gunfire occurred, leaving 2 young men dead. Among them was 24-year-old Roberto Nelson, a new father whose family says he had just started a job 2 weeks ago and was looking forward to his baby's first birthday. More from DBS TV News.
He went and buy a cook for me and I say he would be back. I was waiting for him. And then after I started to hear a couple of shots, so I say, that's not nothing. So I wait for him. I hear nobody. This morning, I come in, I hear the sister telling me about Beto passed away.
Nelson's mother, Alice Nelson, says that her son had just started a job at a hotel 2 weeks before he met his demise.
This morning, I was preparing food for him to go to work, and when I went to my bedroom and I heard a knock on my door, and his godfather's daughter came and she told me, her father went at the back, that's at the back of the cemetery there, the private cemetery. She say she heard her father saying that she believed my son passed away. They shot him last night. And when I went there, I find him sitting down in a corner with cricks in his hands. He was eating.
And in international news, the Israeli military is escalating its attacks across Gaza with artillery shelling and gunfire. At least 48 Palestinians have been killed since dawn on Sunday, most of them in Gaza City. The details from Al Jazeera.
An Israeli missile hits a residential tower in Gaza City. Possessions and memories gone in seconds. Families destitute, joining thousands of others whose homes were destroyed.
We don't know where to go. We need a solution to this situation. We want the Arab countries to help us and put an end to this. We're dying here.
Israel began intensifying its assault on northern Gaza last month. On Saturday, it issued evacuation orders for the entire city, forcing tens of thousands of Palestinians to other parts of the Strip. Exhausted, hungry, and under relentless bombardment, Palestinians keep moving, searching for safety that does not exist.
I'm 62 years old. I fled on foot. I'll continue walking. I don't know what's happening. The world doesn't want to act to save these poor, exhausted, dying people.
The situation is very difficult. Most people do not have money to get transportation to move. This is not a life. We are exhausted. Animals have a better life than us.
But wherever they go, Israeli strikes follow, without warning, without discrimination. In Deir al-Balah in central Gaza, a family, including 3 children, was killed when bombs hit tents.
There are no safe zones. We escaped the strikes in Gaza City and headed south because they said it was safe there. What did these children and women do wrong? They had no affiliation with any faction. We're being massacred and nobody cares.
That's it for regional and international news. I'm Kevin Black.
Stay where you are. Sports is next.
Hey truck, how those Duracell Optimum batteries working out? Whoa, now that is serious power. Try Duracell Optimum, our next generation of power.
Another quality product from the Caramed Group Consumer Division.
Welcome to high school pitchside. Hear from your alma mater's players and coaches in Team Talk.
You know we can't leave you out, so send us your messages on social media and watch us react on FanView.
Trust me, you won't fall asleep in this history class.
We've got you covered
all season long
on High School Pitchside.
High School Pitchside, your ultimate guide to all things schoolboy football, Fridays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
the internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m.